This webinar will show you how to submit a hazard form. Move your mouse over the hazard management icon and select Create Hazard Observation. Questions on the form marked with an asterisk are mandatory. Your form will not submit if these questions are not completed. Now you have opened the form, you'll see a number of options in the blue bar at the top of the screen. Selecting Close will close the form and not save any of the information you are about to enter. Save will save the form and allow you to come back at another time to complete it. Submit is what you will press when the form is completed. Generate PDF will allow you to print a copy of the form for your records, and you will also be able to access an electronic copy of the form at any time in the future. The system will know that it is you that is logged on, and your name will automatically appear in the Reported By field. Next, select your manager or supervisor using the Employee Lookup function. Next, use the drop-down fields to complete your Organisational Unit, or OU structure. Remember, all the fields marked with an asterisk are mandatory. Now move on to the fields in the Details of Person who identified the hazard section. If you were the person that noticed the hazard, answer yes. If you are reporting a hazard on behalf of someone else, answer no, and complete that person's details in the fields that appear. Note that the person you nominate does not necessarily need to be a staff member of the department. You can also add another person if needed. If you have chosen another staff member, the SMART system will then complete some of the following fields in this section using information from the department's establishment report. If you notice any of the fields have incorrect information entered, you can delete it and type over the field with the correct information. Note that you can identify several aspects of the hazard in a single form. When you get to the question, Type of Hazard, select All that apply. This will open additional questions which allow you to categorise the hazards you have identified, as well as provide a more general description in the free text box below. The last step is to rate your hazard. Click to open Risk Matrix sentence. This will open a new screen where you'll be asked to rate both the potential consequence of the hazard identified and the likelihood of it occurring. You can select the values either by using the drop-down boxes at the top of the screen, remember to press Calculate to get your score, or clicking on the coloured risk matrix below. Once you have selected your ratings, remember to click OK at the top of the screen to bring your risk rating back into the body of the hazard report you are completing. At this point, you can save the form or submit the form to your manager or supervisor for attention. You can also save your progress to date and then click Edit to go on and describe what immediate actions you have taken to deal with the hazard and note any further actions you think may be necessary. Now press the word Submit in the blue bar at the top of the form. A copy of your report will be emailed to you, to your supervisor or manager and the Safety and Injury Management team in Brisbane. You can then forward your email report on to any other people that need a copy. You will always be able to access a copy of your report in the SMART system by clicking on the View My Hazard Observations from the initial beginning screen. Your supervisor or manager will determine what then happens to your form. If no further action is required, your supervisor will indicate this to the team in Brisbane who will finalise your report. If further action is required, you will be informed by your supervisor or manager. This completes the hazard report form submission process.